So when he says not forsaking our own assembling together as the habit of some is, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near. The day that's drawing near, folks, is the day of judgment against Jerusalem and the Jewish nation. And what is the importance of assembling to those people? Yeah, because bless our hearts, you know, we live in a modern age in which, and I'm, you know, I understand it's easy to preach. I understand how easy it is to talk. But we live in an age, folks, when we can text and we can send emails and we can have telephone. We can even have video conferences and, you know, talk to, you know, face to face, you know. Those people did not see each other, generally speaking, except on the first day of the week when they assembled together. The importance of the assembly, folks, is that we be together to stimulate each other to love and good deeds. The assembly is for us, not for God. That's why in 1 Corinthians 14, when Paul talks about those miraculous spiritual gifts, and he tells them how to deal with that, he says, what is the outcome then, verse 26? What is the outcome then, brethren? When you assemble, what happens? Each one has a psalm. Each one has a teaching. Each one has a revelation. Each one has a tongue. Each one has an interpretation. So when you're doing all this, when you assemble, whatever you do, let all things be done to build each other up. Edification. And if what you do does not build your brothers and sisters up, then shut up. Quit. Don't do it. Because that's not what the assembly was geared for. It was geared for edification. See, we look at, you know, well, the church, you know, and a pattern for the church. And the pattern for the New Testament church was that they sang and they prayed and they gave and they preached and they took the supper. So if we do those 5 things, we'll be following the pattern. That's as foreign from anything God ever desired. Number 1, there is no place in the Bible where you ever find all 5 of those things being done by any one church at the same time. We have to say, okay, this church did this, and this church did this, and this church did this, so we'll put them all together, and we'll all be doing what the churches did. That's silly, folks. Now, am I saying we don't need to sing? No, I'm saying we need to sing a whole lot more than we do. Is any merry? Let him sing songs. You know, bless his heart, old Jeff was coming in the other night, Sunday night, you know, just to singing, you know, and when he went out, you know, and he said, you know, for some reason I just feel pretty happy today. And I said, yeah, I noticed that you were singing. Is any merry? Let him sing. You know, is anybody sick? Let him pray. Wow. That's a natural response to dealing with life. So let me finish. Notice he says then, don't forsake our own assembly together as the habit of some is, but encouraging each other, and all the more as you see the day drawing near. Because when you see that Roman army start coming, folks, you're going to get scared. You're going to start wondering, should I be faithful? Well, watch this. See, we got to get to 10 down here, where he says, remember the days when you had all those tribulations and trials, and you hung on there. So keep hanging on. You have need of endurance. Well, we'll talk about that next week. Let's start in verse 26, okay? Next week. Any questions or comments?